tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Like a Monday, Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Set. Green.
To throw is Darnold. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
On second down, Darnold. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mariota. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Mariota. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Malcolm Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Detroit! Detroit!
Darnold from the red zone now. Flushed it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. T.J. Yeldon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Going deep for Diggs. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Mariota. Going deep for Diggs. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On 3rd down, Mariota forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. 1st down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the 1st half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action. Mariota. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 52 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Malcolm Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Darnold on 1st down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
On 1st down, Darnold. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Kyle Rudolph, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Play fake. Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Mariota from the gun on third down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold from the gun. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And an alley to run. And it winds up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? The legal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed and a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Covington in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On play action, Mariota sliding out of the pocket. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! Hot!
To throw is Darnold. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Here we go now! 3-19! 3-19!
Now a handoff to Yeldon. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Darnold. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Second down, Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
The pitch goes to Yeldon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that's going to push him back half the distance. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Play action now. Mariota in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun!
They begin with a run by Yeldon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Detroit! Detroit!
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Mariota. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Trent Murphy in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. Now T.J. Yeldon, and he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And open left side, it's Williams. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Patriot!
Here's a give to Yeldon. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. T.J. Yeldon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Steelers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the